Hey everyone, welcome back to Code with Poonam. I hope you all are doing well. Today we are on day 12 of our 100 days of coding challenge in JavaScript. Today's challenge is all about calculating the sum of digits of a number. So let's dive right into our challenge and we will move to a VS Code. And if you see in the VS Code, the question is already mentioned that write a JavaScript function that calculates the sum of a digit of a given number. So let's break down this particular question. So what we will do here, we will write here, we'll take this JavaScript function and we will put it over here. Okay. Then what is the next thing? What is the next part of this question? That we have to calculate the sum of a given digit of a number, right? So then what we will come here? We will come here and we will put this as well. Okay. Now this function is related to what? Sum of a digits, right? So let us create a function name like sum digits. Okay. This is what we are going to do it. Okay. Now the next line, what we have written, sum of a digits of a given number, right? So then what we will do here is, suppose we take an example, 345 is the number. I'm assuming this as a number. So what this question is expecting from us that we have to do here is 3 plus 4 plus 5. And the addition of this 3 digits will come out as a 12, right? So 3 plus 4 plus 5 is 12. So that is what it is expecting, that we have to calculate the each digit addition. You have to add up, you have to sum up everything together, and that would be your resultant value. Okay. Now what approach we are going to follow here? The approach we will follow, if you can observe here very nicely, that we are splitting it up, right? A number we are going to split. So in JavaScript we have a split method, right? We are going to use a split method, and in the parenthesis I am going to pass a empty string. Why? Because we want to split it without a space. So that will get splitted into 3, 4, and 5. And this is a string method. Don't forget this. This is a string method. It returns an array. It returns an array, but it is a string method. So then if it is a string method, it needs a string, right? So if it needs a string, but this is a number, so then we cannot use this, correct? So then what we will do it, since we have to use a split method, we have one more method in JavaScript, that is toString, right? So this toString method, we are going to use it. Now this toString method will what do? It will convert it into a string, right? Since it is going to convert it into a string, then we can what do? We can split it up and we can use this up, right? So it will return into an array. Now after splitting it up, what will happen? It will convert it into an individual digit as a string, right? So then what we will do, that individual digit we are going to use as a %. So we will use a %. Okay, then what we will do, we will use a % and we will pass that individual digit to this, so that it converts into a number again, and then we can add up. It converts again into a number, or you can say into an integer, and then we will again sum up everything. So for summing up, what we will take, we will take a variable, one more variable, that is sum is equal to 0. We will initialize with 0 and then we are going to do it. Okay, so let's write down our JavaScript function. And whatever I have explained, guys, this all we have covered in the previous videos, that is from day 1 to day 11, guys. So please do watch out all the videos once again, so that your concepts will get clear. Okay, so then let's write down here function and some digits I will write. Okay, and then let us invoke this function here. As we invoke it, let us pass this number. As of now, I will pass the same number as 345. Okay, now since we are passing here as an argument, we will receive here as a parameter. So I will just write here as a number, and what we will do then, we will come here and we will just console it. So I will come here and I will write here what? Console.log number. Now when you see this here, let us run here. So it is our 12th day, right? So I'll write here node, and 12 is our file name, so I'll use this. Then you get 345 here, right? So that means we are able to access our number and we are able to take this number. Now we will process ahead for doing the calculations what we wanted, right? So now this function is successfully executed. Now what we will do it, this number is there right now, let us convert into a string and then split it up. So what we will do, let us create here one variable, that is, or declare one variable called as a digits array. I will write here a digits array, and then what I will do, number I will write here, then number, and then what we will do, to string on this, right? So let us use a to string, and on this to string, it will return, convert it into a string. So whatever the number is there, it will return into a string, right? After that, I will just use a split method, and this split method without a space, that means empty quotes or an empty string. Now just console this and see what do we get. Okay, so I'll come here and I will write here digits array. Okay, now come here and run it one more time. You get 3 4 5, but it is a string. That is what I told you. After you convert into a string and convert it into an array, it will be in a string. So we will have to use now parsing to convert each digit into an integer, and then you have to sum up. Okay, now since you see here, now we have to sum up on each digit, right? So then what we will take here, we will take a for loop. Okay, so let's come here and take a for loop. Then let I is equal to, we are going to start with 0 and we will end up at what, digits array dot length. So we will end up over here, right? And then we will write here I plus plus, because we need to increment it, right? Now let us just console our I. Okay, and as well, let us console our digits of array of I as well. Let us see both we are getting it properly or not. Now once again we will come here and we will run it our file. So you see I got 3 4 5 and the index numbers, that means it is successfully running, correct? So now what we will do here is, we will have to convert into an integer as well, correct? So what we will do, let us take one more variable, that is what we have decided here, that we will initialize that variable with a 0. So we'll come here and we will take here sum is equal to 0. Okay, so whatever the additions will be there, it will get stored in that, right? So what we will come here and do, we will write here sum is equal to, and sum plus, and I will directly write here what, parse int, and I will pass our digits of array of I. In this I will just pass it. Okay, and now what we will do is, now since it is going to sum up every time, 3 times the loop is going to run, right? So 3 times it will run and it will complete its addition and it will store into sum. Now what we will do, since we want to get the final value, so that's why we will what do, we will print outside the loop. So we will come here and we will console our sum here. Okay, now you will come here and once again if you run it, you will get the addition as 12. So we have successfully executed this. So 3 times this loop is running, and then we are able to add up everything and we are putting inside the sum. Now I have taught you in the previous videos that we can even do more improvisation in this sum. So what we will do, we will come here and what we will write, we will write here sus is equal to, we will write, and then what we will write here, that parse int of, we will take the same thing and we can just write here. Okay, so sum is equal to sum plus digits of array is the same, nothing but sum is equal to digits of array of I, and that digits of array of I you need to put it in the parsing because we need to add up here. Okay, so the sum value will remains the same, right? Now if you run it once again, you will get here the same output. See here 12 you are getting. So when you do this, the sum is equal to 12 we will get every time. Okay, because we are passing 3 4 5. Now let us invoke one more time and you get it here what, 789. Suppose you pass, you will get one another. Let us clear the terminal first and then we will run our file one more time. So note 12, and if you see here we got this 24 here as well. So what we will do, let us just comment this, let us just comment this as well, and let us comment this digits array as well, and let us run it one more time by clearing the console. So we will come here and we will run it here, that is we are getting 12 and 24. Now let us improvise our console.log. So what we will do here is, let us write the, what we are going to write, let us take it from here, the sum of a digit of a given number. So let us take it here and we will put it here as well. Now this number is nothing but the number which we have got it from here. So I'll just put this into a flower braces using a template syntax, and then let us run it one more time. And if you see here, we get the sum of a digits of a given 345 12. So let us remove this given or we can write here given number. So let us remove this. There is no need of this. So we will remove this and let us make this as a capital now. So I'll come here and I'll save it. And once again, let us clear the console and let us run one more time. So you get properly the sum of a digits of a 345 is 12. And this is what 789 is 24. Okay. So we are successfully able to get this. Okay. Now what we will do here is let us just recap one more time what we have understood from this problem. What this question is expecting, this question is expecting to sum up all the digits, right? So this question is expecting this part, right? So how we can come to this point in JavaScript? First, we will have to split them up. But splitting is a string method, right? So whenever we are using a split method, it's a string method. So what we can do now, since it is a string method, we need a string. This is a number, 345 is a number. So we will what do? We will use toString method to convert into a string. Now, after you use a toString method and then you split it up, what happens? It converts each digit into a string, correct? So then what we will do? We will use a parseInt of all every time, and then we will parseInt that and we will convert it into an integer. Okay, so now let's understand here the same thing we have done. Function sum of a digit, we are taking a parameter as a number and we are converting here into an array, first into a string, and then we are splitting it up. It will return an array. And since it is returning an array, we can use a loop like it is running 3 times. Okay, then we have initialized with I is equal to 0, and then we are have declared a sum variable here so that we can add up all the sum and store it here. And then we are converting each digit into what? Into an integer, and then we are summing up, and then here we are consoling it up. And then if you see here, we have written sum of a digit, and then if you see, we are able to get the clear output in the console. So that's all for day 12, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's challenge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for day 13. Keep coding as always, keep learning, and I'll see you tomorrow with another exciting question. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.